Greetings, children. Welcome to the online classes. This is Aishwarya. Please like and subscribe the channel for the further updated videos. I hope you are all continuously watching the videos and understanding the lessons. The following video is for class 5, subject Environmental Studies, lesson 5, Natural Resources, part 4. Now, in this chapter, we learned about what are the different natural resources like renewable resources and non-renewable resources. In the renewable resources, we learned about solar energy, then soil, then in non-renewable now and forest. Then now in non-renewable resources, we are going to learn about what are fuels, petroleum, natural gas, and coal, and we will be even covering about what are mineral resources. So to begin with, what are non-renewable resources? The resources which cannot be renewed. Okay, if we keep using it, it will be exhausted. We will lose those resources. Such resources are called non-renewable resources. So non-renewable resources are like the fuels like petroleum, natural gas, and coal. So the three different fuels that we are going to learn about is the petroleum, natural gas, and coal. Fuels are substances which release heat and energy or burning. When you burn something, it releases the energy. Okay, it releases the heat and it releases the energy. How if you when you have to burn something, you need adequate amount of air and proper fuel to burn it. What are the best examples of fuel? The fuel is like petroleum, natural gas, and coal. These three are the best example for fuel because they keep burning. They catch fire very fast. So we use fuel for many purposes. What are the different things we use fuel for? We use fuel for running vehicles and cooking food. In our house, we cook food using the fuels itself. Running vehicles, the bikes, motorbikes, or your cars, buses, vehicles, any vehicles, if you have to run, it needs a fuel. Okay, it needs the energy to run. So in your textbook page number 70, name three fuels used to run vehicles. I hope you can answer them. And name three fuels used to cook food at home. Okay, please find out and answer them. Then um fossil fuels. Fossil fuels are formed by the remains of extinct plants and animals which were buried under the earth's crust over millions of years ago. Okay, billions and millions of years ago, what happened? Now here in the first line, you can see that production and accumulation. There is lot of water. There is huge trees, right? Now because solar energy and carbon dioxide is used by the plants and everything, it gets accumulated in those sources. Then what happened when there was the sudden action of the different geological process like earthquakes or heavy rain, like this? Because of such kind of geological processes, these kind of places get buried under the ground. Okay, this happened millions and millions of years ago, not is last year or 10 years back or 100 years back. It happened millions of years ago. When these sources get buried under the um, earth crust, and after millions years, those uh, the trees or the water got converted into petroleum or the natural gas or the coal. Okay, that is how these formation of these fossil fuels have taken place over the long years. Okay, these trees and water which got buried under the earth crust for millions of years, then only it has formed a natural gas, oil, or coal. Okay, so in today what we do, we extract them from that place. Okay, it is under the ground, it is kilometers below the ground. We dig the hole and bring out the petroleum, and we use it for different purposes. Okay, so The first fuel that we use is petroleum. Petroleum is a liquid mineral formed beneath the earth. Okay, it is like a crude oil which is formed beneath the earth. It is formed by the action of bacteria, heat and pressure on dead organisms buried under the layer of rocks. What happens when an animal dies or anything? If you bury it, all the bacteria and different worms eat off the body, but this petroleum is formed when the bacteria are not able to eat those uh, buried things. Okay, and because of the pressure and heat under the earth, now we are on the surface of the earth, but when you keep going underground, or if you keep going under the earth, there will be lot of heat and pressure. Because of that heat and pressure only, these fossil fuels have been formed. Now, the byproducts of petroleum. Okay, the byproducts of petroleum are petrol, diesel, kerosene, and wax. These are the byproducts of petroleum. That is petrol, diesel, kerosene, and wax. Now, uh, as I told, wax is a byproduct. The wax and paraffin is also you also get as byproduct from the petroleum. From this wax and paraffin, you can make candles, wood polish, ointment, dyes, lipstick, chemical fertilizers, Vaseline jelly, etc. All these things are made from the wax and paraffin, which are the byproducts. Byproducts means when you process something, there will be an extra product which comes out. That extra product is called byproducts. Now here you can see the pictures of candles, then wood polish, ointment, lipstick, and dyes. Dyes is nothing but colors. All these things are byproducts. They are formed by the byproducts of wax and paraffin. Using that wax and paraffin which you get from petroleum gas is we make all these things. Next we are going to natural gas. Natural gas is found with petroleum in petroleum wells. Okay, how we find petroleum under the ground? We find natural gas also under the ground. Compressed natural gas is used as an alternative fuel to petrol and diesel to run vehicles. Now some vehicles, you will know, they will have cylinders in the back to store these compressed natural gas. Okay, it is more efficient than the petroleum or diesel, but only thing is it occupies a lot of space rather than petroleum and diesel. For petrol and diesel you can have a different tank. This tank for the natural compressed gas is very big compared to the tank for the petroleum or the diesel. Only bad thing about compressed natural gas is that it needs a huge cylinder to store. Then you all have these LPGs in your house, right? It can be from any of the company. I've just shown an example. This red cylinders in your house. It is obtained by refining petroleum or most natural gas. This what happens, that natural gas is liquefied. They put pressure on that natural gas and it becomes liquid. That is called the liquefied petroleum gas. That is in short called as LPG. LPG is nothing but liquefied petroleum gas. Then we are continuing with coal. Millions of years ago, the remains of plants and trees that were buried beneath the earth's crust did not decay completely. In today's life, when we bury something, the worms and bacteria and germs, everything eat up those body parts. Okay, if you bury the plant or if you bury any dead animals, anything that you bury, it will be decomposed by the worms and the bacteria. But millions of years ago, the remains of the plants and trees that were buried beneath the earth's crust did not decay completely. Due to high temperature and pressure, they turned into coal under the layer of the rocks. Okay, because of that pressure and because of that heat, it turned into something called coal. Okay, this is used as fuel in production of electricity. This source of energy is also used in industries. It is a very good source to burn to get the heat. Okay, to get heat, this is a very good source. Coal. It looks something like this black color solids. Now these are nothing but the millions of years ago the remains of plants and trees were buried. Because of the pressure of temperature and high pressure, it has got converted into coal, and this is a very good fuel. So we learned about three different fuels, that is petroleum, natural gas and coal, and what are their different uses. The remaining part of the last part of the lesson is there, that is the mineral resources, which will be completing in the next video. So stay at home, stay safe, take care of yourself and keep learning, children. Please read the textbook, learn the new words, and thank you.